Hey up YouTubers, how are we? How many of you lot out there fancy touring Scotland but too afraid to ask? Well, if you fancy doing it on a budget, including some of the North Coast 500, stick around, stay tuned, I'll show you how you can do it. So what we're going to do, as we said, Scotland on a budget. So we're going to head up somewhere up towards Glasgow. Some of you will be coming from the south, some might be coming from Ireland. I don't know where you're exactly coming from. What you want to be doing is to heading somewhere to Glasgow, because most of the people will come up to Glasgow and go up the A82 past Loch Lomond. You could be coming up the M1, you could be coming, I don't know. So we're going to get into Glasgow somehow. I'd be coming up the M74, just showing you just there. But we're not going to go up the A82, we're going to go somewhere different. Some of you have probably not been across here before, some of you may have. We're going to go to a place called Gourock. So we're going to get a ferry from Gourock and go across. I'm going to show you going back here. Some of you will be coming up the A74, there's the Erskine Bridge just there. Some of you that has probably been in this area before, I'll show you where the Erskine Bridge is. We're not going to turn off there and turn right over the Erskine Bridge. We're going to carry on this road. It is the M8. I didn't realise it was the M8. And we're going to head up towards Gourock. Some of you may recognise that sign. It's the way that you should be going, but we're not going. So we're going to go straight on through there. So the reason why we're not going to go over the Erskine Bridge, we're going to go somewhere different. We're going to go places where not a lot of people go, and we're not going to end up riding the same roads over and over again, going round and round. So from here we're going to show that we're going to plug in a route. So we're going to end up going from Gourock, and we're heading up towards Oban. So Oban is going to be the first night stay that we're going to stay. Scotland on a budget, and I'm going to show you where to stay. So as you can see there, we've clicked there, and it goes across the water, and that's showing where the ferry is going to go from. But before we get onto the ferry, a tip here: get yourself to Paul's Food and Wine just as before the ferry. Buy your ticket. You're going to save yourself £4.50, I believe. It's £9.50 across if you buy on the ferry, but if you buy at that shop, you're going to be saving yourself a couple of quid. So as you can see, this is the route that we're going to take all the way up to Oban. Is where we're going to stop for the first night. So depending on where you've come from me from the Lake District, I think this is around about 320 miles, I believe, which is a fair distance. If you don't really like that route, you want something a little bit longer. As you can see, I've just pulled the route plan around. I've done that route before. That's quite a good route to do as well. So let's have a look at this in a little bit of detail. So we'll go across the ferry from Dunoon to pick up the A815, and we're heading north. Some good roads up here. So we're going to show you a bit of a stop you can make if you're into a bit of seafood. Real place to stop. Lot of fine oysters, bit of fine dining if you fancy it. Nice place, a little bit expensive, but if you don't really fancy that, carry on down into Ferry. Everything you need for here. Good place to stop for probably lunch if you're travelling up from the same sort of distance from me from the Lake District. You're looking getting around about here about lunchtime. Great place to stop. It's got everything. It's got petrol station, you fuel up. It's got cafes. It's got a couple of restaurants. It's got hotels. We aren't stopping here, but lovely little place. So we'll stop for a bit of lunch. We've got the bike fueled up. So we head out of Ferry on the A819, and the first thing we're going to come across is Kilchurn Castle. As we drop down, you can see that from quite a few miles away. There's a couple of places there. There's a scenic photographic point you can stop at. Stop at the car park. You can have a walk up to the castle. I think there's some sort of cafe that's in there. I'll just show. Get yourself a cup of tea, but it's not really far from Ferry, so I don't really know if you want to be stopping there. But further down the road is a nice place that you can probably stop at. It's the Bent Cruachan Visitors Centre. I believe it's only open through the week. It's not open of a weekend. and you can request a visit into the power room itself, which is extremely good. But have a look at the website, I'll put details below for that. So from there we're carrying on up, what we're going on there, the A85, we're on the 85 now, heading up to Auburn. So once we get into Auburn, it's going to be our first night stay. Scotland on a budget, and we're going to stop in a hostel. This is Auburn Backpackers. Stopped here a couple of times now. Really, I think it's one of the best ones I've ever been to. The good thing about it after a long day's ride is they do free tea and coffee in the lounge area, which is great. Everywhere else doesn't do. These places are clean. They've got hot showers, somewhere to lay your head, and I think it's between £20 and £30 a night. Right nearly in the centre of town. We've got loads in Auburn, so it's a great place to stop for a night. As you zoom in, you can see here there's a couple of nice seafood bars. You've got a Wetherspoons, you can get some cheap food from. It's just a great place to stay. So tomorrow we're going to have a big long day. 296 mile, 6 hours 50 minutes, so Google says, all the way to Durness. So YouTubers, what do you think of that? Part 1, Part 2 coming next week. We're off up to Durness, 294 mile I think it is. I'll show you where so you can get your fuel, show you where you can eat, show you the best places and the best roads, including some of the North Coast 500. Thumbs up if you like it. Comment below if you know any better places to go, somewhere different, any other place you'd like to go to, anything you'd like to see. Subscribe button's down there somewhere. Click the bell, you don't want to miss part 2s next week. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next week.